Hello, everybody, and welcome to Issue Crew Movie Reviews. It's a show where we talk about films and cinema and all that business here on the Issue Crew YouTube channel. I am your host, Riely, the only present member of the Issue Crew, at least current member of the Issue Crew. Joining me is the Issue Crew member that never was, Sadgirl Belle.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And also joining me is the Issue Crew member making her first guest appearance since her untimely exit from the group. Her first full guest appearance.
Untimely demise.
No. Demigloom hasn't been on. Last week was Mr. Medicare. My apologies. Yeah. But today it's Demigloom.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome to the program.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Welcome to the
program. Folks, today we're here to talk about a big movie. It just came out in the cinemas. People are all talking all about it. It's called Deadpool.
No, they're not.
And Spider-Man.
Some of them are Deadpool and Spider. That'd be a better movie, maybe. I've read a comic run where it was Deadpool and Spider-Man, and it was sick as fuck.
Because it would have to be PG-13. Because there's no way they would make an R-rated Spider-Man movie.
Why not?
That's not... Just like Sony would not be willing to do like Spider-Man R-rated movie.
Spider-Man doesn't have to like do cocaine and swear. He's just hanging out with Deadpool who swears.
I know, but it's just like the merchandising of that movie would just be like.
Even though I feel like you could mostly pull off Deadpool in PG-13. Like the only thing you'd be losing is like the gore.
And he would only be able to say fuck once.
That's true.
I was listening to the Double Toasted show, which is a great podcast, but they said in the next Avengers movie, Deadpool should just turn to the screen because you can say fuck once in a PG-13 movie, and she just should turn to the screen and say fuck, and then be like, "Well, that's mine."
Just the first word he says when he's introduced.
Is that true though? Is it actually true that you can say fuck once in a PG-13 movie?
I believe so.
They did it in Guardians 3. They did it in X-Men Days of Future Past.
Wait, they said fuck in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Yeah, I believe Peter Quill was like, fuck!
God damn.
Because like his windshield broke or some shit.
That's pretty funny.
Well, I'll be damned.
But yeah, that would be a great bit if nobody else says fuck the entire movie, and when Deadpool is introduced into the next Avengers movie, he just turns to the camera and says fuck, and he's like, yeah, I got it. I got the one. Yeah. He says it, and then he turns to like everybody around him. He's like, nobody said that yet, right? Yes, got
it. Yeah. I think it would be really funny because the best way I feel like you could do Deadpool in the Avengers movies is like have him do like his fourth wall breaking shit and then pan out and like it shows that he's just like literally talking to a wall and everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, we know that in the next Avengers movie he's probably gonna be friends with Thor. He's a certain year into the future.
I can't. There's no way that if that actually happens, that would ruin the whole joke.
No, I think that's the whole point. Is that it's a peer into the future. He wants to know why Thor is crying.
It would be so funny if Deadpool is like waiting and waiting forever, and then like Thor actually dies at some point, and it never ends up happening.
No, I think it'd be funnier if like the scene does happen, except what he thought was crying was just sweat, and Thor is only mildly perturbed at his injury.
Well, Deadpool's like dying in that scene, in the Peer to the Future scene.
Well, I mean,
that's also it's also a hypothetical future that takes place when he lets his original timeline get destroyed.
And it's also like, I believe I remember him being like, Thanos snapped out of existence. I thought the whole bit was that was like another timeline where he was in the Avengers in like Infinity War.
He's just laying there, injured. But folks, we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine today.
Hell yeah. Biggest opening for an R-rated movie in history.
Wow, look at that.
It's probably going to surpass Joker as the number one all-time.
So out of the
I
three of
assume.
us, I trust Demigloom to give the most succinct one-paragraph synopsis without droning on too much. So Demigloom, tell us what happened, a quick and dirty of what this movie is about.
Oh shit! I was gonna write like some sort of like sassy red letter media like synopsis.
Well, too late. You
Fuck.
fucked up.
So basically, Deadpool is like his girl left him, and he's sad, and he works at a car dealership, and fucking Jimmy Carr shows up and is like, Deadpool, would you to be alive in the main timeline? Do you want to be in the MCU? And he's like,
Jimmy
oh my god,
Carr.
yes. And then they're like, well, if you want to be in the, well, he's like, well, okay, you get to be in the MCU. Congratulations, and we're gonna destroy your entire universe for a bullshit Doctor Strange Marvel reason. And then he's just like, what? No, that's bullshit. And they're like, well, your universe is worthless because you don't have like an important being in it. And then he's like, oh, it's revealed that it's Wolverine, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go bring Wolverine back from the dead. And then him and Wolverine come and complain to the guy, and then fucking he's like, okay, well, you guys get to go to the trash planet now. And then they go to the trash planet, and Chris Evans is there, and so is Blade. And,
I think that, yeah.
and then Xavier's Professor X's sister is there. And I don't, dude, somebody else carry on, please.
Okay, Professor X's sister is there.
Basically, the whole plot is a big meta fuck you to Disney.
Shut up, Centipede. They do
the plot of the movie.
Belle, fucking, okay. Shit, what was I gonna say? Okay, so you got Professor X's sister. They do a Mad Max. Professor X's sister sends them home, but actually she has her own motives, and she wants to destroy the universe and also every other universe except for Trash Planet, because that's where she lives and likes. So that's what she's gonna do, and Deadpool and Wolverine have to stop her. And that's the plot.
The plot for this movie doesn't fucking matter. No one is watching this movie for the plot.
So what was I gonna say? There was something I was
Worst
gonna
Deadpool plot by far.
I forgot about it.
Everyone in the world agrees that the plot of this movie is just like total like the whole the plot of this movie is very clever and funny when you think about it, but in execution it's just boring and shitty.
So here's a question. So we went into this concept a little bit during the synopsis, but they introduced the idea that every universe has its own anchor being, a significant like hero who, if they die, the universe will start to slowly decay and die over thousands of years until it ceases to exist. My question is, has that not already happened to the main timeline? You would assume the anchor being would be Tony Stark. Who's the anchor being of the MCU?
Yeah. Because Marvel
does it say there can only be one anchor being?
I believe so. Marvel, one particular anchor being.
Because Disney Marvel doesn't believe that Tony Stark was the anchor for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, whereas they do believe that Wolverine is the anchor for the X-Men universe, which is the entire joke of the plot.
Wait, run me through that again. What are you trying? What's the point you're trying to make?
This is the plot. This is the plot of Deadpool and Wolverine without all the stupid bullshit. This is the joke of the plot. So Deadpool is being recruited into the MCU. He's joining the MCU, but Disney wants to destroy all of like the Fox Marvel shit because Wolverine died, and so there's no reason to keep it around anymore.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
How would you? This is not even subtext. They basically just say this. How are you like? Oh, that's what.
I didn't really think about it from that perspective. I was just I was mostly taking the movie at face value. I didn't
did the fucking 20th Century Fox logo like crashed into the wasteland? Not make it clear enough. What was going on?
I knew they were making fun of the death of Fox, but I didn't think of that being the whole plot. I didn't think of them being like, oh, they're gonna eliminate fucking.
Podcast.
No, there she is.
But yeah. Also, by the way, if anyone, because I know for a fact because I've been listening to like random podcasters, talking about this movie. There's spoilers. Fucking spoilers for this movie. Ugh.
This is a spoiler full podcast. I don't fucking care. I don't have to say it every time. We all understand. This is not labeled a non-spoiler. If you're clicking on a Deadpool and Wolverine podcast that doesn't say non-spoiler, it's your fault.
But fuck. What was I saying? Oh yeah. When he fucking when he like smashes the camera and steals the boom mic and goes "fuck you, Fox."
Demi, there's a little slight echo on your end.
There's an echo on your end.
Fucking how? How is that even possible?
Are you like covering your mic in a weird way that's causing the sound to reverberate?
Okay, how am I now?
I don't think
You're fine
hear
now.
anything.
I don't hear any echo.
Okay. Anyway, so they make fun of Fox a lot in this film. That was one of my laugh out loud moments, was the gravesite of 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, you said that in a VC we did. I was curious whether or not you had watched the trailers beforehand.
No, I hadn't seen a single trailer.
Okay. Because I watched all of the trailers when they came out.
The only bit I knew, I believe I actually watched like the first teaser. The only bit I knew was coming was Paul Rudd finally aged. That's the only bit I knew was coming.
You probably saw like a TV spot then.
Yeah.
I believe that was in the TV spot. And nothing else.
So I will say I thought it was very cool. Even though I've never seen Blade, I thought it was pretty cool they got Blade in there. People like Blade. That's an old cult classic. Yeah. It's cool that they got that same guy back. That chick was also from a movie, right? And was Card Guy too.
Elektra? Ain't no one give a fuck about Elektra.
What was she in?
Elektra.
Oh, it's just a film called Elektra about her?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was so shitty that no one in the fucking universe... It's like one of those Marvel movies that is like not even like a D tier in terms of popularity. Like it's not even at like the Ghost Rider level. Like, it's so fucking, like, it was such a fucking failure. It's, like, on par with, like, Jonah Hex.
Never heard of Jonah Hex. And who's Cardman? Who's French Cardman?
The Gambit. I didn't know this either. But apparently Channing Tatum as the Gambit was a movie that was in production for, like, decades that everyone was super hyped for, and then it got canceled when the Disney merger happened.
Oh, shit. That's interesting. Who's your dialogue coach? The Minions? That one got me.
Yeah.
I liked that little band. And then you've got X-23, of course. The same chick from Logan, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen Logan.
Logan is fucking amazing.
She's back. She's a full-on ass-kicking girl boss adult now with her Wolverine claws and her murderous intent.
She has 3 claws now.
Oh, did she not before? Oh, yeah, she used to have 2, right? I've seen the pictures. So she grew in her 3rd claw, and she's kicking ass. One of the most confusing things was I was not ready for them to just, like, reverse every death that happened in the film at the end. So she and the rest of the merry band of Marvel Misfits get eaten by the fucking, like, death god in the trash planet. And I was like, they're gonna do X-23 like that?
It's treated like with no stakes at all.
Yeah,
But
for the rest of them, they kind of. For the rest of them, it's kind of like, okay, we're old and fucking washed up. We're gonna sacrifice ourselves to save the new heroes. That makes sense. But then there's X-23 over here, and I'm like, okay, surely X-23 is gonna like jump up and climb up the building and jump in the portal with them. And then that didn't happen.
X-23 is like I think X-23 is like debatably cooler than Wolverine.
Oh, I agree with you. She kicks ass. I was so ready for her to somehow make her way to that portal, and then she didn't. I'm like, wow, they really just did her like that. And then at the end, they're just like, everyone's alive actually, and it's like, oh, okay, well, good, I guess.
It would be awesome to see like an X-23 like TV show or something. I don't know if
that would be cool. I think the working theory is that X-23 might lead the Young Avengers. That's the theory that people are discussing.
The Young Avengers. Oh, I see.
Because you're gonna have Hawkeye's daughter, you're gonna have Miss Marvel, and I guess X-23 now, and some other ones, I guess.
I didn't pull that Spider-Man thing out of my ass because Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds both said that they do want to do like Deadpool and Wolverine and Spider-Man.
That would be awesome.
I thought he was done with Wolverine.
I think he basically said like he'll keep doing Wolverine if he gets to be on set with Ryan Reynolds.
Does Hugh Jackman just love Deadpool or something?
Well, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds have been like literally best friends for decades.
Well, yeah, and Hugh
Didn't know
Jackman,
that.
I saw an interview where he was talking about coming back as Wolverine, and he was like,
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, I said I was done with fucking Wolverine, and then like a week later, I watched Deadpool, and I was like, fuck, I messed up.
Yeah. 3 days later, he watched the premiere for Deadpool, and he was like, "Oh shit!" Because
Where the hell was
he
Colossus in this movie?
"Oh yeah,
Am I the only one who was
That's a good
kind of like, what the fuck? He had like one speaking line. He had like he basically cameoed in
yeah."
this
He
movie.
was in the movie. He was in the movie. He had a cameo.
He was at the party.
I
At
mean,
least he
but
got
that's it.
that. At least he got
Look,
that.
yeah.
He got more than fucking Cable and Domino got, and fucking T.J. Miller.
Oh no,
Riley's
TJ
really
Miller,
mad about T.J. Miller not being in this movie.
I'm mad that they don't explain it. I think when you have a major character and they stop appearing, you have to say why.
Like, I mean, it would be funny.
It should have just been like, hey, this guy, whatever the character T.J. Miller played was named, because everybody just knows it was T.J. Miller. This
Weasel?
guy, you know, he got a job out of state, and they sent him off. But they not only they don't acknowledge him, they blatantly disrespect the character. I wanted to talk to Centipede about this, or fucking Belle about this, and Demigloom was in the call and hadn't seen the movie yet, so I couldn't. But there's that where they make it very clear Deadpool has a picture of him and all of his friends that does not have TJ Miller in it. And he's like, these are all the people I care about. Exactly this
all 9
number
of the people.
Yeah. And at the end of the movie, when he has the dog and he does the shitty TJ Miller meme of the "you're like if balls ate my balls,"
he does say it. He does the TJ Miller bit.
You're like if my balls ate a vagina and then turned into a balls. TJ Miller. American hero. So funny.
Such a funny, hilarious man. Best funny actor ever to
He's
funny.
Such a fucking asshole. Holy shit. Like, I was watching an interview like where he was talking about Ryan Reynolds and he was like, yeah, Ryan Reynolds is really funny, but he's not as funny as me, and I think he's jealous of me because he's not as funny as me.
Which I mean, I've heard TJ Miller like perform comedy. I've never heard Ryan Reynolds just like perform comedy apropos of nothing.
Yeah, but if you watch an interview with Ryan Reynolds, you will be laughing, and if you watch an interview with TJ Miller, you will be annoyed and want to vomit.
Yeah, this is true.
Perhaps. But yeah, I think the almost non-factor that the Deadpool allies are in this movie is sort of unfortunate. I wish they kind of got into the action a little bit. Like, you could have thrown him in at the end there. Like, you could have worked it out. Let Colossus throw some punches. Let Negasonic Teenage Warhead throw some fucking nuclear fucking blast or whatever she does.
I was disappointed at the lack of Negasonic Teenage Warhead in Deadpool 2, so I feel like it's just been kind of a gradual, like, okay, we're moving on from the crew. From the
when is Negasonic gonna finally come out as non-binary is my question. It's so obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are some other aspects of this movie we want to discuss?
Okay. I don't want to do a play-by-play, but I do want to talk about the opening of the film because this is my favorite opening of the Deadpool movies.
Dude, the fucking adamantium skeleton, bro. That kicked so much ass.
The fucking choreographed dance to NSYNC is so fucking iconic and so incredible.
Yeah, so
I can't believe it's real.
Deadpool's first theory when he's trying to save his universe is fucking Logan's not dead. He has a healing factor. He must just be sleeping down there. So he digs him up, and he is in fact dead. He's a fucking withered skeleton, and Deadpool has a little bit of a Deadpool has a conversation with the withered skeleton for a little bit, and then the time cops show up, the TVA, I believe they're called, and Deadpool is like, well, I guess I'm going to use this skeleton made of adamantium to murder all these time cops, and then he does.
Everyone was talking about, like, man, how are they gonna do Deadpool 3 without, like, shitting all over Logan? They don't. They go, fuck you. Deadpool digs up Logan's skeleton, fucking, breaks apart his bones and kills a bunch of people with them, and then literally dances on his grave. It's like, the biggest fuck you ever. It's so amazing.
Beautiful.
And also,
It's pretty cool.
I'm also, like, I am glad that they didn't do the whole, like, directed by a like, for the third time, because it would have been old. I don't, like, even in the second movie it was a little like, okay, you already did this. Like, it was
They should
funny
have
when they
said
were like,
they should have said starring a bunch of people on Epstein's flight logs, and I would have laughed. That's the only way they
Yeah.
could have done that
Yeah.
again. But nobody has the balls to say that.
Yeah.
Nobody
think
has
if-
the fucking guts to say what me, Demigloom, say. Nobody has the fucking balls like I
Yeah.
do.
I'm not saying that I do. I'm not a fucking actor. I'm not in Hollywood.
I think if anyone were to, it would be Deadpool. They probably just, I don't know.
You know that they.
Well, I mean, Chris Evans is literally on Epstein's flight logs,
Yeah.
which is
Shit,
really
is he?
funny. Yeah, of course
I didn't
he is.
know that. I'm sure a lot of people are. But
Yeah.
fucking, what was I gonna say?
Ryan
Shit.
Reynolds isn't, though. Ryan Reynolds is our goat.
Good guy,
love
Ryan
Ryan.
Reynolds. Shout out to Ryan Reynolds. But
All the fucking Ryan Reynolds slander that comes out whenever a new Deadpool movie happens, fuck you. Stop. No.
yeah, we love Ryan Reynolds. We stand Ryan Reynolds in this house. What the
I don't know.
fuck
Didn't
was
he
I gonna
try to
say?
Didn't he try to hook up with like a 17-year-old girl from Applebee's?
Yeah. That we gotta cancel him for that. Unfortunate.
We do.
I don't know about this. I refuse to look
They
into
literally
it.
filmed the whole thing too, and put it out like it was nothing.
like it was a bit from a comedy movie. They just put it out
Oh.
there.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Why do I keep forgetting what I'm gonna say? God damn it.
Yeah, this movie is a fucking riot. It's very, very, very funny.
It didn't have as high of a hit rate for me as the other two, but I got some chuckles. I got some hee-hoos.
I thought it was way funnier than Deadpool 2.
I think that might just be fucking waiting. I've been waiting for this all my life syndrome a little bit.
Maybe. Dude, like the first 20 minutes of this movie, I was like uncontrollably smiling so fucking hard.
I do like seeing Happy uncomfortable, and Deadpool really pulled that off quite well.
Because you guys man, I've literally been waiting for this movie since I was 8 years old. This is like a fucking
So a couple years.
It's wild how fucking long this took. I mean, it's not wild because there was a whole fucking merger and fucking craziness.
I think it was definitely for the benefit of the movie. I think if it came out in 2020, it would have been okay, too much. Most people would probably be oversaturated with Deadpool at that point.
Yeah.
And it was a big thing of how are they gonna do what the fuck could they do with another Deadpool movie? Because it's
they could have made another Deadpool movie and not a stupid fucking Marvel multiverse thing.
Yeah, this is that's the biggest problem with this movie, and probably what holds it back compared to the other two for me is it's too much of a Marvel movie.
Yeah, any of the parts that feel like a Marvel movie are by far the worst parts of the movie because Marvel movies are unbelievable dog shit.
You see, I don't feel that way. I like Marvel movies. I'm fine with this being a Marvel-y movie. But it's just there's something magical about the first two Deadpools that's lost when you go
we have to control the time multi-vortex with the fucking thing and save the galaxy. Blah. Shut
Well,
the
like
fuck
there
up.
a couple problems I have with Marvel movies are one with the whole multiverse shit. Everything is like a weird multiverse plot, and like pretty much anything can
Yeah.
be undone.
Nothing
Literally
makes
anything
any
can be.
fucking sense anymore.
Nothing can literally. Sorry, anything can be undone. It doesn't matter. Nothing has consequences or stakes. Just
Yeah.
like a whole plot of a movie happens, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, the things that made us kind of sad. Let's just undo that. Everything's perfect
In
now.
fairness, they did do that in Deadpool 2.
Which I did
Yeah.
not like there, and I
Yeah, I didn't
don't
like
like it
there
here
either.
either.
I liked it there because I was so like I felt so like indifferent at best about what was making them so sad. So I was like, "Oh, okay. We're okay, cool."
This
I
movie is
think
like the
Deadpool
Donda of Deadpool.
I think Deadpool 2 has definitely soured on me since the podcast that I did like a week ago. Like the more I think about it, the less I like it.
How often do you watch Deadpool 2? Because like anytime I talk to you, you have like a new opinion about Deadpool 2 to share with me. Do you just watch it like every day?
No, I watch Deadpool 1 every day, but I watch Deadpool 2 like every month or two.
That's
Um,
creepy and obsessive.
it's fun. It's like cuz I don't
Yeah, I
fucking
hate this
have
movie so much. I'm gonna watch it every single day.
no, because I usually like a lot of the time I do like it and then I think more about it and I'm like I don't know about this and then I rewatch it and I'm like yeah, this movie sucks. And then like a couple months later I rewatch it and I'm like oh, it's good and the cycle repeats. But I think Deadpool 2 not great. I think it's a better movie than this one, but I vastly prefer the experience of watching this movie to even the best experience I ever had watching Deadpool 2.
Can I say something about my experience watching this movie? And I want to know if
Yeah.
this happened to you guys.
You were with Felonious Ferris and they had to leave the movie because Deadpool said retarded.
No, no. Deadpool didn't say retarded. Blade said retarded.
No, yeah, no, not yeah. Blade said
Blade say
retarded.
I forgot that part.
Yeah.
No, Deadpool was like, he was like, he was like, I thought you were retarded, and he was like, retarded. he was like, and he was like, whoa, you can't say that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I got in a big argument with someone from Letterboxd over it because they were like, I was so excited for this movie, but then they literally said the R word and it ruined my year."
I am the biggest anti R word person ever, and that makes me cringe, dude. Let Blade
Yeah.
say retarded one time in a
Yeah.
fucking movie, bro. It's a rated R movie.
It's rated
You were
R
okay
for
with the
retarded, dude. It's R for a
True.
reason.
For retarded.
What do you think it
Okay.
stands for, bro?
But no, people in the movie theater were laughing extremely hard at like the worst jokes of the movie. Like for the
Like
first like
what?
20 minutes. Like
Like what?
he just made something. He was like, "Oh, by the way, we're owned by Disney now," and everyone was like, "Ha ha 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 ha!" ha," like super loud sitcom laugh track.
Yeah, because they
Like
were
couldn't
funny.
hear dialogue. Dude,
Me and
I
my
was
parents
genuinely
Me
like
and my parents
I'm
were
talking like the most Marvel one-liners of the film were the ones that got the most like
yeah.
applause and laughter. It was insane. It was so bad,
The
and they all looked
I
like
love
Jason's brother.
the scene that got the line that got the most laughter out of my theater was the proposal joke
What was the proposal joke?
where the nice pool says, "Ooh, I can break the fourth wall as well," and then he turns to the camera and goes, "The proposal." And then there's just silence for a second, and Deadpool's like, "Bitch, you think that's what I do?"
Oh yeah,
It's funny, very funny.
it
Very
was
good
pretty
joke.
funny.
But I was in the theater with my parents and like one or two other people that were like almost dead silent the entire film, and me and my parents were just laughing the fucking whole runtime. It was great. Like every line.
Every time anybody speaks, you're just like, ha ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was very epic and wholesome. My mom said it's the only superhero movie she's ever seen that she likes.
Has she seen
Wow.
the other Deadpool movies?
No, she said that she liked this one because it didn't take itself seriously at all, and she hates that superhero movies ever take themselves seriously.
Well,
Yeah, like
that's a little rude, but I mean,
what kind of
yeah.
I
audacity
agree.
do you have being a superhero movie and trying to be serious?
Yeah.
Like, oh, the man in the costume is sad. Like, who cares? Who cares, bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just punch more guys. Fuck.
Just
Yeah.
punch more guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I realize I'm saying this as someone who unironically enjoyed Batman versus Superman, but whatever.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched that one. I need to.
You gotta
Batman
watch
versus-
like the 4-hour one on
The
HBO.
Should we-
4-hour cut.
Wait,
yeah.
that was Justice League, not Batman v Superman.
No. There's the Blu-ray had like a 4-hour cut.
Oh
It's not
no!
like
4-hour
not 4
R-rated
hours.
cut.
It's like 3
3 and a
hours.
half. It's an R-rated cut of Batman versus Superman. I haven't seen that movie in so long that I barely remember it at all. So, I like Joker
Ultimate
though.
Edition,
Very serious.
which is 182 minutes. The Joker's not a superhero movie though.
I guess.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
the
I
director's
saw the-
cut is like 3 hours. Batman v
I
Superman.
I saw the Joker 2 trailer before this movie, and it looks very fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't think it looks that bad. Everyone's saying it's like, oh, this is gonna be the most awful thing ever. Ugh.
I know that I heard that the Critical Drinker likes it, and I get all of my opinions from the Critical Drinker. So we have to we have to like Joker 2.
I've only seen the Critical Drinker in his videos with Ben Shapiro.
Bro, I like Critical Drinker's videos are like like I watched his review of the first Joker, and it's like on the one hand, the voice thing he does legitimately sound extremely drunk. However, on the other hand, his voice is extremely high-pitched and annoying, so he's like, "Hello everyone, today we're reviewing Joker!" And it's like, holy shit.
Joker.
Joker! For like 10 minutes. Joker is a supervillain movie that I've been waiting for decades! And it's holy shit.
Pretty good impression.
But yeah, this movie this is a movie where I mean, like, on like a technical, analytical, quality, critical level, it's not very good. It's pretty bad. The plot is dog shit.
There's not a good villain in it at all.
I thought the villain was fun. I liked her
She's
presence.
fucking boring, dude. I don't care.
It seemed like the actress was
She's
having,
bald and mean.
It seemed like the actress was having a lot of fun, and so I had a lot of fun. And I do fuck with supervillains that are just evil because they're evil. Like, I like that a lot. I wish we had more of that. Like, I'm sick of every supervillain has like this big tragic backstory. I just want them to be evil.
Don't you know that's the narrative structure? You have to be able to relate to the villain, Belle.
No, you don't.
Well, everything is about anti-heroes now and like moral complexity and like who's the real bad guy here. And but then like
Cruella murders
it's
a bunch
annoying.
of dogs, and it's like, guys, but the dogs were mean.
Guys, I know the Riddler just killed many innocent civilians, but like, who's the real bad guy in this situation? Batman is, doing vigilante justice or something.
Batman's rich.
Batman's rich. Murray Franklin is an asshole comedian, and the Joker slaughtered thousands of innocent people. Who is the real villain here?
Did Joker slaughter thousands of innocent people in Joker? I don't think that happened.
Not in Joker,
No.
but that movie is canon to the DC extended universe, and he slaughters thousands of innocent people in the DC extended universe. So,
Cool. Do you think we're gonna get a Joker 3 movie with like Batman in it? Are they gonna do a Venom thing where it's just like fucking Batman just will never exist?
Yeah. I can't believe that, like, I can't imagine how they will manage to do, like, the Batman 2 with just, like, a different guy playing Joker. Because, like, Joaquin Phoenix
this Joker is so off the beaten path from what a Batman villain Joker is.
It's just like, I don't know, like, it feels really weird, because Joaquin Phoenix is doing Joker movies, and he is, like, the most iconic Joker besides Heath Ledger of all time, easily. And it's just like, it's like, I know that they wouldn't be able to do Joaquin Phoenix in the Batman 2, because it would just be weird, but it's like, it will be jarring.
I feel like we've had enough like Joker Batman stories, you know, like
we have had a lot of those. That's fair.
And my dad was like, "Oh, but man, all the other Batman villains are stupid." But like, they did the fucking Riddler. Well, but the thing is, in fairness, the Riddler in the Batman was basically just the Joker.
I know.
Like, they just did the Joker, except he's the Riddler and he's not a clown. Like he literally does like the fucking shitty webcam videos on BitChute.com, like the Joker in Dark Knight did.
Yeah.
So basically, just bring in every Batman villain, but make them all the Joker. That's what they gotta do. They gotta bring in fucking Mr. Freeze, and
we need Mr. Freeze again.
Mr. Freeze will be like, "I was always chastised for my ice powers. Now society will feel my wrath," you know? Some
Everybody.
Shit like
that. Hey, you want to hang out later? Everyone hated me.
Yeah.
I feel like Mr. Freeze kind of sucks. He's a very, very, very like classic kind of comic book villain who I feel like would not work well in a modern superhero movie.
Same with the Riddler, and they just made the Riddler a different character for the Batman movie.
It seems so weird that the DC universe has so many villains that are the exact same thing. Like you got the Riddler, you got the Joker, and you got the Trickster. They've all got the same kind of situation going on.
Who the fuck is the Trickster?
You got Mr. Freeze, and you've got fucking Captain Cold. You got
Iceman
and Ice, whatever the fuck, the Killer Frost. That's the one.
Yeah.
Got Dr. Wordle,
Iron Man, Steel.
Steel. That's a Power Ranger.
No, Steel is a superhero. There's a Steel. There's a movie about Steel. That's another Z tier superhero movie.
Okay.
I think it stars like Shaq as Steel.
This is not real. I'm looking this up.
Yeah, it's real. Starring Shaquille O'Neal, directed by Kenneth Johnson.
Who the fuck is Kenneth Johnson?
Kenneth Johnson directed Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century.
I love that movie.
What a great
Xenon the sequel. Everyone loves Xenon the sequel. And he also directed the original Incredible Hulk thing with fucking Lou Ferrigno. What the fuck?
Talking about the 2003 one?
Yeah. No, 1997. Steel.
Oh shit.
Anyway, sorry. I've been fighting with Alex in the DMs the whole time, so I've kind of been fading in and out. Where are we with Deadpool 3? Because I feel like
his name is Kai. Jesus.
Shut up. Not funny. F X
TX.
TX
Coming soon.
Critical failure. You rolled a 1.
FXTX is coming soon, okay? It's gonna be the soundtrack. It's gonna be the soundtrack to Half-Life 3.
So real. So real.
Which is great because Half-Life 3 is literally officially canceled, so
how do we feel about alcoholic Deadbeat Wolverine.
It's great.
was
Whiskey
cool.
Dick of the Claws, common in Wolverines over 40.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Is this like? Is this? I don't know if any of you is a nerd enough to answer this question. Perhaps I was about to say perhaps we should have Crow here, but no, we shouldn't. But the question is there a comic run where this Wolverine happens? Like, is this a known plot where Wolverine goes
I
out to
don't
the
know.
bar and then all the
They kind
demons
of
die?
presented it
all
as
the
if like
mutants
they were
die?
like, oh yeah, that Wolverine that failed everybody.
Yeah.
Like they kind of presented
Yeah.
it as if we were supposed to know.
I will say this movie feels of every like MCU movie of every MCU movie, I think this movie definitely feels the most like a comic book.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
it-
I can feel what you're saying 100%. You don't have to explain any further. I get it.
Yeah, it totally feels like the fucking Deadpool and Wolverine fight to save their timeline or whatever. And it's just a joy. It's just fun.
Yeah, this movie was really fun. That's what I'll really give it above all else. Is I
Yeah.
did have a good time in this movie. Like regardless of its quality, regardless of how I would hold it as like a piece of art against its two
exactly.
predecessors, I just had a good time watching it.
Like it's the most fun I've had watching a comic book movie since probably Endgame. Maybe the Batman.
I guess I'm the only person in existence who liked Thor 4, so maybe that's.
I thought Thor 4 was alright. I didn't
You're the
hate
only
Thor
person
4.
who watched it.
Everyone who watched it hates it except me and Riely. I think it's fine, and Riely
you
loves
see,
it.
I'm not the only person who saw Thor 4, but I might be the only person who saw Thor 4 and liked Thor 4 and has not seen
Yeah.
any of the other Thor movies. That might be,
Yeah.
in the camp.
Okay, that explains a lot. I think that's why you like Thor 4. Is
Well, I
because you
mean,
haven't
just
seen
because
Thor
there's
3.
better Thor movies does not erase the merit of the
Like
fourth
the thing
one
is,
if I
like
like
Thor
it.
3. But the thing is, like Thor 3 is so fucking good that like Thor 4 was just like such a massive disappointment in comparison.
I see. I'll have to check out Ragnarok for myself and get maybe it's time to review every MCU movie in this show. That's been
Hell
that's
yeah,
been a,
I would
that's
totally
been a
do that.
whisper. That's been a whisper for a long time. I actually I had like Jason signed on for this 3 years ago, and then we just never got around to it. So it might be
I'd be
time
so
to take
down
another
for
look.
that.
I feel like I'm one of many people in like the past 5 years or so to like go through like an MCU phase where like I'm gonna watch every MCU movie, and I know that they get bad, but like but you know, it'll be funny to watch them, and I'll persevere, and then stopped after Endgame because they're just like so fucking hard to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen a movie after Endgame that was really a huge miss for me. Although I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen a few.
Yeah.
No Way
Like,
Home.
I just couldn't watch Black Widow.
No Way Home
Black
and
Widow
Far
is
From Home were
fucking
both
dreadful.
after Endgame, right?
Yeah, Far
Huh?
From Home is really fun.
Yeah,
like
2
Far
out of
From
3
Home.
Spider-Man movies are post Endgame. So there's those.
Well, okay. Whenever I say anything about Marvel, we know that Spider-Man is an exception.
Spider-Man doesn't
because
count. Okay.
Spider-Man doesn't count. Deadpool also doesn't count.
I also liked the
Just different.
Marvels because I'm weird. I liked Thor
I did
4.
not watch the Marvels.
I did not watch the Eternals.
No one watched the Eternals.
What else has come out? Doctor Strange 2. I haven't seen that.
Doctor Strange
Guardians of the
2
Galaxy
is
3.
really shitty.
I haven't seen
Guardians
that
of the
one.
Galaxy
I
3
haven't
is
seen
literally like holy shit. I rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yesterday or the previous day, I think, and it is like it makes every other Marvel movie look like a fucking joke.
That's fair. I'm gonna have to check out. I still, even though they're like my favorite characters in Infinity War and Endgame and fucking Thor 4, I have not seen the Guardians movies.
Dude, the ending of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, holy shit. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just binge the trilogy at some point. I don't know what I've been waiting for.
I was in tears for hours.
Damn. Belle is just beside herself, just like, how could they do this to Rocket Raccoon?
No, it does. It's not like that. I'm not spoiling anything. There's not like any big death or anything. But I watched that movie twice in the theater, once at home. One of the times I saw it at the theater was with my girlfriend at the time, and it was like the best experience of my fucking life, and it was it was like the most euphoric, insane fucking night I've ever had.
It's pretty based.
Go with the girl to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 if it ever comes back into theaters for like a 5-year anniversary.
If your girlfriend ever comes back, if your girlfriend ever comes back to you and it comes back to the theaters.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody who's listening to the Issue Crew has never had a girlfriend nor ever will, so we don't have to worry about it.
That is true.
I literally prioritized largest issue of the Galaxy over my girlfriend. Okay, my girlfriend was texting me like, "Demigloom, I want to talk to you." I was like, "I can't right now, babe. I'm doing largest issue. You know this. It's Monday nights at 7:30. Come on."
Yeah.
Come on now, Jesus Christ. The dedication of young Demigloom.
I don't care that you're pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care if it's mine.
I'm not gonna go to your dad's funeral with you. I'm streaming Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. Babe, you're really gonna do this to me while I'm streaming?
Bro, we should have had a Wings of Redemption cameo in Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been sick?
Yeah.
Starring Wings of Redemption as Wings Deadpool.
Wings of Redemption as Fat Deadpool.
I saw some people upset that Ed Norton Hulk did not make a cameo in this movie. But the thing is, Universal still has the rights to Ed Norton Hulk.
Also, he's canonically the same dude as Mark Ruffalo Hulk. Like, I know you might not like it, but it's true.
Yeah.
He just canonically got plastic surgery and gained a shit ton of weight.
Yeah, I guess.
Same with the fucking.
Well, it makes sense that he gained a shit ton of weight because he was living alone in a cabin,
black friend Don Cheadle,
ice cream and shit.
Don Cheadle,
Iron Man's black friend. Does anybody know his actual superhero name, or is he just fucking Don Cheadle? I feel like he's just Don Cheadle to most people. Yeah. In the same way that TJ Miller is just TJ Miller in the Deadpool movies, Don Cheadle is just Don Cheadle in the MCU.
Yeah. I think, Deadpool 3, it's just it's not the best movie you'll see this year, but if you fuck with Deadpool, if you're not annoyed by that humor, it will be some of the most fun you'll have at the movies this year.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite bits, real quick. So they brought Peter back. Shout out to the only returning member of the X-Force, Peter. And I
did not expect Peter to be so prominent.
I loved the bit where all of the Deadpools are tamed by the presence of Peter. It's like, oh yeah, we all know Peter. What's up, Peter?
Yeah.
That was great. I loved that so much. I love Peter. I've come all the way around on Peter. I think I was kind of lukewarm on the whole Peter bit when we did Deadpool 2, but I've come full around on Peter.
I thought he was. I thought he was a little fair in Deadpool 2 than he was in this movie. I'll say that.
No, I liked him in Deadpool 2, ultimately. I don't remember what I said about him. I remember being kind of annoyed. Okay, so there's this guy here. But that is funny. And then in this movie, it's like, yeah, Peter! Every Deadpool loves Peter!
Yeah. One of the funniest parts in Deadpool 2 is when Peter gets accepted into the X-Force, and then Dopinder comes in and is like, fuck!
Yeah, because he was told he can't join the X-Force because he didn't have superpowers. And then Dopinder's in the room where they ask Peter if he has superpowers. He's like, nope. And he's like, you're in! Fuck!
By the way, if anyone's confused, the reason Dopinder's accent isn't as heavy in this movie is because the fucking guys got in trouble because they told him to play up his accent more in the first 2 movies, and people on Twitter were not happy about that.
Shit. Getting canceled.
So he's in this movie, he's just like, hey, what up, Deadpool? What's going on? It's kind of weird.
It is a little weird.
It's pretty jarring.
Shout out to Yukio, she's back. We didn't mention that.
Also, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls is back.
She had 2 or 3 lines. Who's back?
Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
So true. Also, we talked about Chris Evans being in the movie. I don't think we ever once mentioned that he's playing Johnny Storm and not Captain America.
Great.
So yeah, he's playing Johnny Storm as he did in the old Fantastic Four movies. I really liked his the entirety of him in this movie. He might be one of my favorite bits. Like I thought it was cool to see him taking that role back because I know he said he's always wanted to. I think he did it very well. I liked the bit where he gets brutally murdered, and then the whole movie we're led to believe it's Deadpool's fault until the post-credit scene where he corrects the record. It
still is Deadpool's fault.
It's Deadpool's fault because he didn't have to say that, but we thought we were left to think that Deadpool was making all of that up just on purpose to maliciously fuck Johnny over. In reality, he did say all those things. The exact phrasing of everything that Deadpool described. Shout out to Johnny Storm. I do feel bad how he was brutally murdered. It was funny that he got brutally murdered, but I was like, oh, he's not in the movie anymore. That sucks.
I thought he was in a little. I don't know if he needed to be in more than one scene.
No, I would have wanted him in more than he was, and I liked him. I
thought it would have been funnier if he just did the whole like flame on thing. I'm Johnny Storm, and then immediately died.
That would be pretty funny.
Would have been pretty funny. On some X-Force shit.
I don't know how I wonder if like they let a little bit of the suit show through his fucking cloak, and you're supposed to like know what's coming. But I definitely was not ready the whole time.
It's because he's wearing blue, so you're supposed to think like, oh, it's Captain America, and beforehand it shows like a montage of Captain America, so that you have that in your head.
And Deadpool's like, holy shit, he's about to say the thing. Avengers, flame on! Wait, what?
Yeah. It's great.
Why would if Captain America was there, why would he say Avengers Assemble? There were no Avengers available to assemble.
Yeah, maybe there's like another universe of Avengers.
Evildoer.
Stop, evildoer. I was like, oh boy, we're gonna have Captain America, and he's gonna do his whole language, like it's gonna be like, haha, he does.
It turns out the movie was actually Deadpool and Wolverine and Captain America, and they just did that from us.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know if you heard this, but the original title for the movie, they literally changed it not even a day before the first trailer came out because it got leaked and people hated it. But the original title for the movie was Deadpool and Friend.
What the fuck?
Which is very funny, but not a great title for a movie.
No. Deadpool and his amazing friend.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie is...
Tell me your favorite joke in the movie. Go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Demigloom didn't laugh once. She was so blindsided by the insufficient quality of her film that she did.
Why am I
not
the fancy
able
one
to
now?
laugh at her mere jokes?
Because
you're the only one that didn't love the movie, so we're like, fuck you.
My favorite joke was the movie.
My favorite scene was the credits.
My favorite part of the Beatles songs is when the song ends and they shut the fuck up. Have you seen that one image that's like, guys, I think I just made the most punk shirt of all time, and it's a Beatles shirt that has the Beatles logo and the Abbey Road cover, and he like crossed out all the Beatles faces and then put I hate above the Beatles. The most punk shirt of all time.
I want that shirt.
Is that a Punk Revolution Now post?
Oh boy. Man, I wish X-23 was in this a little more. That's my biggest criticism. I'm a big fan of X-23. I hope they're right about her leading the Young Avengers, because I just want to see more of her.
I'm gonna be so for real, I don't think this movie needed to be any longer. I don't think we
No,
need it anymore.
it was only 2 hours. It could have been a little longer. I
It
was
was already pushing it for me.
Okay, fucking low attention span, fucking Belle over
I would
here.
have been okay with the movie being longer if there was like more jokes and less Marvel.
Yeah, maybe.
There's just too much Marvel in this movie.
I don't
Like
mind the Marvel.
Deadpool 1 is essentially it's like 10 minutes shorter. And I am never bored watching that movie, so I don't know.
Deadpool 3 takes itself way more seriously than Deadpool 1, even though none of them take themselves
I don't know.
seriously.
I don't know if I'd
Deadpool
say
3
that.
was just, I
I
don't know,
think it takes
man.
itself just as seriously as Deadpool 1 does. Like there are some moments
No,
that
it
are
takes itself a
serious,
little
but
more
most
seriously because it's Marvel.
no, like there's some scenes that are serious, but most of it is just like fucking like shitting on everything.
I feel like a weird thing about this movie is I feel like half of it is half of it is half of it is Deadpool 3, the other half of it is kind of trying to be Logan 2. And it's I didn't see Logan 1.
None of it is like Logan at all. None
Or
of
I
it is
get
even slightly like Logan.
Yeah, I
It
know,
kind of
whatever.
feels like
He's
a
not
new
old.
Wolverine movie, but it doesn't feel anything like Logan.
Whatever, fucking nerd, geek.
You gotta watch Logan, dude. It's so fucking
Calling her a
good.
nerd because she's telling you you're wrong because you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, imagine having seen the movie. What a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Fucking geeko, for real.
Reviewing
But
a Wolverine movie. You watched the other Wolverine movie from 5 years ago? Fucking nerd.
fuck. Stupid.
I'm so excited. 2 years from now, they better fucking do the Deadpool 10-year anniversary rerun in theaters, and I'm gonna see it like 12 times every day.
Hell yeah. How do we feel about the Wolverine montage? Are those jokes hit for you guys?
It's great, very funny.
Good.
Comic accurate Wolverine, Short King, loved him. Hero.
Cavalrine.
Cavalrine was good.
I got a big laugh from my theater.
What if they unironically cast if Hugh Jackman does not want to just be MCU's Wolverine? What if they actually cast Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill as Doctor Doom. It was all a prank.
Nah, shit. The Robert Downey Jr. thing was just a joke.
Yeah. I heard someone say Bryan Cranston should have been Doctor Doom.
Yes! Oh my god!
like,
Wait, why would that actually work?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
They would have to he would have to do a say my name.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Doom.
think? What do you guys think about
They
Robert
should have
Downey
Bryan
Jr. as
Cranston
Dr.
like
Doom?
rapping to MF Doom, making
Wait,
green meth.
Belle, did you see that tweet where it's like the MCU, like, you know, like the Marvel logo beginning where it just shows all the characters?
Yeah.
Somebody put fucking which song was it? Doomsday by MF Doom over that, and we're like, this fits so well if they don't put this in. And it didn't fit well, and it was just the fucking Marvel opening with MF Doom playing. Nothing has fit less ever in history.
It made me so fucking happy that they added Deadpool to the logo animation at the beginning of the movie.
I mean, they update it all the time, don't they?
He's a new part of the logo. They update it like every couple years. But it just made me so happy to see him. Any scene from the first movie, I was like, holy shit, I'm seeing it on the big screen.
Oh my god.
I rewatched Deadpool 1 a few times in the past week. Because this movie, I was like, oh shit, Deadpool 1 is like... Because Deadpool 2, I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. And I was kind of feeling like maybe Deadpool 1 is like a 9 out of 10. And then I watched this movie and I was like, pause. And then I went home and watched Deadpool 1 again and I was like, nah, what the fuck? This is the best.
Oh, did you give it a 10?
Yeah. Deadpool 1 is my favorite comic book movie of all time.
That's fair. It's fair. That's gonna have to go to Scott Pilgrim versus the World for me, but Deadpool's pretty good.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World, my issues with Scott Pilgrim versus the World are that it's Michael Cera is extremely creepy, and and Ramona is the most interesting character in the series, and they don't do anything with her in the movie.
Well,
And
Belle, sounds like you have
I
to
just
watch the
prefer,
Netflix show.
yeah, I prefer the comic and I prefer the anime vastly over the movie.
No, I like Scott as a character. I like Michael Cera as a comedic actor. I think it works, but I like the Netflix series too. I think it's a good alternate take. And I think the anti-woke mob was too mean to Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. Pretty good show,
Yeah,
I think.
were they? I don't even know.
Yeah, they were
I
all
love
like,
the
it's
anti-woke
not
mob. What are you
about
talking about?
Scott at all. It's about the
Oh,
woman.
yeah,
What?
because Ramona is more interesting than Scott.
I thought this was gonna be a perfect adaptation of the comics, and then it was about
Again.
women.
I thought this show was just gonna be the movie, but animated. What the fuck?
I think Lil Uzi versus the World is better than Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh
To be fair,
no. Shit.
it's like a lot better actually. You guys should go check it out.
I think
Yeah.
Lil Uzi vs. CS is better than any comic book anything.
Okay, but here's the real question: what's better,
Okay.
Deadpool 3 or Burger King?
Deadpool 3, I'm gonna say.
Deadpool 3, easy.
I don't. It's
I've
pretty
never
close
had
for
Burger
me.
King.
You've never had Burger King?
Nope.
I've had
Let me tell
Burger
you this.
King
Let me
and it
tell you
has
this.
no right to exist.
Burger King. If you sit and tolerate Burger King for just a couple sessions, I'm telling you, like you'll get that rare, really good Burger King day. I'm telling you, it happens.
Why
It's
would I
out
have
there.
Burger King when I can have Five Guys? It's just better.
Yeah, Burger
Five
King
Guys
is
sucks.
Burger King is trying to be
What the fuck?
pinkies up McDonald's, and what they don't understand is that the whole point of McDonald's is it's fucking good garbage that you want to fucking
Yeah,
consume.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's good garbage, and the Burger King just took what McDonald's did and tried to make it slightly fancier. And it's like, at that point, I'll just go to fucking Five Guys. Why am I going to fucking Burger King?
Five Guys, you gotta get the cheeseburger with ketchup, okay? They do it so precisely.
I'm a
Like I've
mustard
never
man. I'm sorry.
it's like it's so like you have a bite and you're like, oh, it's pretty good, and then you have another bite and you taste some of the cheese and you're like, oh, okay. And then you have another bite and the ketchup comes in and you're like, holy fucking shit, and your entire fucking world
Whoa!
changes. Like the first time I had a Five Guys cheeseburger with ketchup, it literally changed my life. It was insane.
I've
The
had
only
Five Guys
problem
one time. I had Five Guys one time, and I didn't realize that you had to ask for ketchup, and there was no ketchup. And I took it in the
Yeah.
car with me, and there was no
Yeah.
ketchup. So I ate a fucking burger, no cheese,
No!
just a plain burger on a bun, and it sucked ass.
No, no.
And I never went to Five Guys again. And then I quit eating beef forever.
Rest in
Yep.
peace. How do you guys
Spider-Man
think? How do you guys think Deadpool and Wolverine, respectively? What is their favorite burger restaurant? You think, if you had to guess?
I think Deadpool. I feel like Deadpool probably fucks with Five Guys. I'm gonna guess, and then I think Wolverine is.
He probably makes a lot of gay jokes when he goes to the Five Guys.
Yeah,
He's like, I want five guys inside me. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
folks? And he turns to the
It's
camera.
so fun. Riely, did you know that Deadpool is an openly pansexual superhero, as confirmed by the creator Rob Liefeld as well as Ryan Reynolds?
No, but I don't doubt it for a second. He's very,
It's very cool.
He makes some very gay remarks during the Deadpool films.
I think it's very cool.
Oh, I also forgot to talk about my whole big problem with this movie that ended up being not as much as a problem as I thought, but it still pissed me off. The fact that he's cuckpool, the fact that Vanessa left him, the fact that in the last movie they were talking about having a child, and then Deadpool literally turns back time to save her from death, and she fucking dumps him. Fuck that bitch. Fuck off. What the hell?
In fairness,
as we know, all romantic relationships are transactional, and you are owed your presence and dedication. You are owed somebody's presence in your
Yeah,
life and their
okay, I
dedication
know
to
that, but like, what changed? What changed between we're gonna be in love forever and have a
Yeah.
child, and then
The-
the only thing that's happened since then is he saved her life by going back in time, and then it's just like, oh,
yeah,
you're
it's like
Wade, you're a little lame now. I think I'm just gonna fucking break up with you. Is what I've
it's
decided.
implied that Vanessa broke up with Wade because he like wasn't an Avenger and he wasn't like saving the world,
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
and he was only saving like his friends.
Well, I don't know what I don't know
Okay.
why Hollywood feels the need to emasculate our male leads by putting them.
Yeah,
through
what the
such
fuck?
things.
Hollywood. Why modern movies sucks? Number one, they hate men.
It's like they were so in love, they were ready to have a fucking future together. Deadpool fucking broke the fabric of space and time to save her life, and she's like, you're not enough of a cool superhero guy. I'm gonna go fuck some guy at work.
I will say though, it wasn't what you had described to me that you thought it would be. It was not. It was.
I
not
thought it was
Deadpool.
literally gonna be like a winning her back movie where he has to interact with the boyfriend and the boyfriend sucks. And he has to go on an adventure, and then at some point the boyfriend suffers a tragic fate. And they end up back together.
I thought the way you described it to me, it sounded like the whole movie was just going to be Deadpool trying to get back at the boyfriend, and I was like, that would be fucking incredible.
He finds Wolverine that he'll stab Veronica's boyfriend for Vanessa. Vanessa's boyfriend for him.
This movie, okay, Deadpool and Wolverine. So doesn't matter that like I could not follow it at all the first time I watched the movie, and I needed someone to explain it to me.
Wait, what movie? I think you cut out.
Deadpool and Wolverine. This the movie we're talking about.
What, you watched it more than once?
No, I had someone to. I needed someone to explain it to me because I could not follow the plot at all. And
I mean, it was pretty easy to follow.
I look up the Wikipedia synopsis of every movie that I watch when I'm done, just to make sure that I understood everything.
Yeah,
I have such a low IQ that like I just don't understand what's happening in movies when I'm like 5 years old.
It's just like, oh, the universe and the fucking it just seemed like random shit, and I was like, okay, whatever. We need Wolverine.
It's not that hard. The universe is gonna die if we don't have Wolverine.
It seemed like the plot of the movie. Yeah, but I didn't understand why, and I was like, what? Also,
he's an anchor being.
A weird thing is that the Logan takes place in 2028, whereas like this movie canonically takes place in like what 2025, 2026.
Does it?
Yeah, because the fucking no, probably like 2025, right? Because I would. It's safe to say Endgame. So it's been 1 year since Endgame?
I don't remember, actually.
Fuck the fucking MCU timeline. It's fucking bullshit.
There's a 5-year time skip after Infinity War. And Endgame takes place in 2023. So Logan takes place after this movie, but also before. It's really not a very
what?
Developed plot, because Logan takes place in 2028.
What the fuck?
So it's like I don't know. It's fucking weird.
They say that, or you just fucking extrapolate if you do
the
math.
In Logan, it's actually they say explicitly that it's 2028.
What the fuck? Never mind, this movie's a zero. It's over.
Yeah.
It takes place in 2024, according to a bunch of sources on Google.
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, it's possible that like years pass slightly differently in each timeline. And,
yeah, the X-Men universe is 4 years. 4 years.
Yeah, the X-Men universe it's 2029, and then in Marvel it's 2024.
Marvel universe is like 4 years delayed from the X-Men universe, except it's not.
Am I the only one who didn't like how Deadpool just like knew who the Avengers were? It was just like a given that the movies never really.
Ryan Reynolds, the real guy.
He knows he knows everything. He knows who like fucking. He knows
who
DC
you are.
heroes. He doesn't know
Okay,
who
but
you
like,
are.
no, that not necessarily was the problem. The problem was that he just like knew. I don't know the way that like they didn't even bother to explain what the MCU was or like what Earth's.
But
First of all,
why would
first of
Everybody
all,
did
you
that.
know,
he
I have a
already
new
referenced
problem.
them?
I have a new problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this an
Earth
issue that you're
616.
bringing in?
I do have an issue.
The largest
Earth
issue in Deadpool 3?
616 is the original Marvel Comics universe. It's not the MCU. Why are they calling the MCU Earth 616 in the Doctor Strange movies and this shit? It's not Earth 616.
What is it? Is it Earth 525?
No, it's Earth 616 is like the universe that like all the classic Marvel comics, like the Amazing Spider-Man and the original X-Men and shit were from. It's like a specific comic universe,
Yeah, because
which I believe doesn't exist anymore.
it's different in the movies. It's like a different. Everything
But
is
they're supposed
different.
to. But the multiverse is. Oh,
The
never mind.
Mandarin.
The
the Mandarin
multiverse
isn't-
is supposed to like work in such
Yeah,
that
Multiverse,
the
yeah, because like
Mandarin isn't
it's
a
supposed
fucking
to be.
actor.
They're supposed to be like middle, like between comics and MCU shit, like Spider Verse, which like supposedly has the same multiverse as the. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't give a shit about Marvel. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm like trying to unravel this.
I don't think it matters. I don't think you were supposed to think this deep about Deadpool 3. I think the whole point of Deadpool 3 is you go in, you have a good time, and you get out and you
But the
laugh.
problem is that it's an MCU movie, so you have to think about it because it has greater lore implications on the rest of the franchise. So
Yeah,
it's like,
but-
what does this all mean?
Well,
What is going
Are
on?
you planning on watching Thunderbolts, Riley?
No,
Are you
but I'll
planning
probably
on
watch.
watching
I'll probably
Shang-Chi
watch.
2?
No, but I'll probably watch Avengers: Secret Wars.
Yeah, but they'll explain it. In those movies, they'll fucking explain it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Marvel knows that no one is watching these movies, so they would literally have to explain it.
It is funny how Ryan Reynolds just straight up rips into modern MCU,
Yeah.
and like they just let him do it.
Yeah. He's like, welcome to the MCU. You're joining at a bit of a low point.
And then Nice Pool's like, I think it's been steadily great since Endgame. And then he gets
Yeah.
brutally shot. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nice Pool. Shout out to Nice Pool.
Nice Pool's great. Dog Pool.
Every Deadpool movie has a character that just gets like brutally murdered, like at the hands
Yeah.
of Deadpool for no like.
Yeah.
Like Deadpool is like otherwise a pretty like jokes aside a pretty morally adjusted guy. Like Deadpool would never just murder someone in cold blood, except for that one scene in every movie where he just does.
Yeah. I don't
He's just
know.
like, okay, you're annoying. I'm just gonna brutally murder you.
The whole Deadpool is a very morally flexible guy. Okay.
Yeah, I really like that he's so malicious about it that like he knows that Nice Pool is dying, and he's like, I want you to look at me, say you're gonna live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live.
Yeah, it's great. Guys, Deadpool is literally me.
It's because he wanted that dog.
Better. You guys know what's better than Deadpool?
What?
What?
Super Kiwi 64. It's a game available on the Nintendo Switch eShop for just $2.99. What? $2.99? It's a cool like N64 styled 3D platformer that's pretty faithful to its inspirations.
I've been thinking about getting
really
that
short.
game. Are you enjoying
Really?
it?
Yeah, it's really short. It's a little. I don't want to say shitty, but like it definitely shows its budget. You know, it's definitely an indie game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like how Deadpool 1 is a little shitty.
A little shit. It's a little shitty, but it's like charming.
Yeah, and that's part of the
It's
charm.
cute. Yeah, get Super Kiwi 64. It's really fun, and it's a really short game too. So like it doesn't demand too much time out of you.
What's the one game that's like about the girl with the yo-yo, Penny's Big Breakaway? Have either of you played
What?
that?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I think it's by the Sonic Mania guys. They made like a 3D platformer called Penny's Big Breakaway that looks fucking awesome.
I've never heard about Penny's Big Breakaway. I'm gonna have to look into this.
It has a very it's like super like Sega Saturn.
Ooh, I'm down.
Saturn.
I
It's
like
like
I like the aesthetic of Saturn. Like the
It-
Sonic Extreme beta footage looked cool as hell. I'm sad that game
Yeah.
never came to fruition.
It kind of feels like it kind of feels like a cross between Sonic Mania and the Sega Saturn. and
Hopefully,
you can do all
only
these
in
cool.
aesthetic qualities
You
because
can,
that's all the Saturn had going for it.
yeah,
That's fair.
and
The Saturn didn't even have a Sonic game on it. Fucking
look,
lame ass console.
Sega Saturn had fucking Panzer Dragoon. It had fucking Knights.
Didn't have
It had
Sonic
some
though,
bangers.
so it immediately fails as a Sega
Not
console.
true. It had Sonic. Demi, aren't you like a huge Sonic R fan?
Yeah, but that's like a
You
spin-off
love
game. That
Sonic
doesn't
R,
count.
but
There
that
was
isn't
no
a main
main
series
series
thing.
Sonic game.
We needed like a game where you're Sonic and you go on an adventure.
Yeah, that was Sonic Extreme, and then it got canceled.
That was Sonic Extreme. We need a game where you're Sonic and you go on an adventure, but that's Sonic Extreme. It got
How
canceled.
Sonic
obvious
Extreme
do my
seemed
jokes need to be for you guys to get that?
I got it. I was just letting
I got it
Belle
too.
get there.
Okay, just making sure.
I thought you didn't get it.
You didn't get your own joke.
No, I thought
Yeah.
Riely didn't get it.
Oh no, I got it. Of course I got it. But we should talk about how the movie ended with no stakes at all. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
They made you think like somebody was gonna die. They really hand up like
Nothing
Deadpool.
happened by the end of the movie. It's just right back to where they started.
Except he's also now he's dating Vanessa. So
Kinda,
hey.
they like hold hands a little at the end, but so Deadpool and Wolverine, they're about to go down to the chamber.
In the MCU now. Whoa.
They're about to go to the chamber to stop fucking Cassandra. It's like one of us has to die in there, and Wolverine's like, "Let me do it, bub. I'm old and you're not, so let me get in there." And then Deadpool fucking freaks him and gets in there instead and locks him out. But then Wolverine breaks in at the final moments and fucking takes Deadpool's hands, and they do it together. And with their
torn off.
With their shirts tore off. I know, it's a very important part, Belle. Thank you. The shirts tear off. We find out their combined healing factor made it so nobody had to die after all. And that Paradox asshole was just trying to trick them into one of them dying. So they live, and then they go to the TVA, and they're like, "Hey, can you like fix our friends who died, and like also fix everything, really?"
They like the reveal that they're
everything
alive.
In this movie.
It blasts Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, baby.
I'm just honestly, I'm less pissed.
I don't want the world to see me.
I'm less pissed because I was okay with Vanessa staying dead for the context of the film, but I was not okay with X-23 staying dead. So I'm glad she's back. I'm glad we reversed all stakes.
It also, the ending felt kind of like, it didn't feel abrupt conceptually, but like the editing, it literally felt like Deadpool was like, "Okay, I finished my speech. Now it cuts to black, and now we have credits." Like it doesn't really feel. Whereas like in Deadpool 1, you have like the big like pan out of the whole city, and Deadpool's like, "So that's my story, and so until next time, I'm never gonna dance again." And transitions into the credits, and it's very cute. Whereas this movie is like, "And that's why always your family," and then credits. I don't know. It felt kind of abrupt.
Family was always an F word for me.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Family was always an F word for me.
So how many Marvel fans do you think were pissed that the only post-credit scenes in this movie were a make you sad about Fox X-Men montage and then the thing with Johnny Storm?
I thought the Fox montage was
I did too, but I'm just saying if you're going in this movie as a Marvel guy, you're like, "Ooh, what big juicy post-credit scene is going to be in here?" Then
are we going to see the recasting of Kang? Are we going to see where the Thunderbolts are? Where's Shang-Chi at, bro?
It's just going to be Deadpool looking at a new black guy, and he's like, somebody missed out on a big paycheck. a major L, if you ask me. You get it, folks? Major L. Major.
He just keeps insisting on the, like, guys, do you get the joke? Major. Man, in college I had a pal named Jonathan, and he had a lot of L's, so we called him Jonathan Major L. Major.
All right, let's do our wrap-up questions.
All right.
Fucking-
Before we did the wrap-up questions.
Wait, Demigloom, were you gonna say something?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, I have a huge problem with this movie.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, I feel like the whole point of the movie was to get you comfortable with the idea of Deadpool just being an MCU character in the Fox universe being dead. And then they don't, like, basically you sit through this whole movie expecting it to be, at least I did, expecting it to be the backstory for the destruction of the Fox universe and the integration of the Fox characters into the MCU. And
No,
then
that would be mean.
and then they're just like, okay, well, and then basically, like, at the end, you're like, oh, so they're just going to interact with each other through multiversal.
No, I thought that was really
travel.
sweet.
Cool.
How they were like,
Honestly-
okay, the Fox. No, stop! Shut the fuck up! You're just mean. It was so cute
Well,
that they
they
were
didn't
like,
have to do this movie then.
the Fox
They didn't have to
universe
threaten
that
it. They
they were
could have
like-
just. He could have literally just showed up in a random MCU movie
you don't
because
want
like there was no big
To the Fox
explanation.
universe? That's
Well,
the
it
whole
wasn't a
point.
send off
It's like
because
a-
it's still
like an-
there.
Yeah, exactly. It's still out there somewhere in the universe. We're not going to destroy it. It's still out there. You know, like we're still we're not going to kill all the Fox characters like you thought we would. They're still out there. We love Fox, yay! And then there's the big thing at the end, and it's very wholesome, and I love it.
I'll be
It
real.
was
It did
perfect.
kind of confused me because I did accidentally read a pretty big spoiler before I went to the film. I accidentally read like a paragraph before I realized it was a spoiler.
Yeah.
And it was like the premise of the paragraph. It was like Wolverine tries to sacrifice himself because he's distraught about having failed his universe, and then
Yeah.
Deadpool does it instead. And I assumed that this Wolverine was just Logan back to life, and that the universe they were referring to was the Fox universe. And it turns out I was incorrect.
If they brought Logan back to life, everyone would be so fucking pissed.
Man, I thought Deadpool was gonna be right. I thought he was gonna dig up the coffin
Yeah.
and he was just gonna be
I
taking
thought-
a nap in there.
He started that started, and I was like, "Holy shit!" They're gonna like if they actually did that, it would be like the biggest fuck you humanly possible. It would be so funny, but no. They did
How
a
is it
funnier
that
fuck
Logan
you.
died? Because he does have a healing factor, like Deadpool, doesn't
Do you
he?
not want spoilers for Logan? I don't know. I feel like you seem like a
Okay,
spoiler
I know that Logan dies.
cautious
How is
person.
that possible? Is all I want to know.
because he's gotten really old, and the adamantium is starting to like rust over, and it's starting to become
Okay.
poison, spreading throughout his body, killing him.
Okay, I got you. All right.
What is adamantium?
And then he gets impaled by a
Adamantium is the cool
fucking
metal.
stick.
Adamantium is the cool fictional Marvel metal that cuts through anything, and that's what Wolverine has in his body and claws.
I thought in the
Yeah.
comics he had a vibranium skeleton.
No,
No,
it's
the
adamantium.
vibranium's a different magical Marvel metal.
No,
Vibranium-
I know it is, but I'm pretty sure there is a version of Wolverine with a vibranium skeleton.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
probably a version.
Probably
but
right. Yeah.
Most of the time, it's adamantium.
I also heard that
Um,
adamantium. I heard something about adamantium being introduced in Fantastic
Yeah.
Four, and I was like, they introduced adamantium in this movie.
No, they did their whole Marvel press conference, and they're like, adamantium is finally going to play a big role in the MCU. It's going to be a big part of Captain America 12. And it's like, fuck it. We already have a magic metal that is like super powerful metal that everyone is in love with. Like, do we need another one? It seems
No,
just like the
we need
vibranium plot
7
point
more
again.
medals. We need 7 million more fake medals that they make up.
Okay, but before we do the wrap-up questions, I thought we could
Mhm.
talk a little bit about how Deadpool could be integrated into like Avengers 5 and 6 in a fun way.
He's just gonna be there, and he's gonna fight.
Who the
and
fuck
he's
is going to be in
fucking
the
quit.
Avengers movies? Who are the Avengers now?
Black
Thor,
Captain America,
Spider-Man,
Thor's gone.
Black Captain
Thor's gone.
America.
Thor
No, he's
went
not.
off to Thor went off to raise his family. He's not
He's
an
gonna
Avenger
come
anymore.
back. He's gonna come back, obviously.
Okay.
Deadpool's
Fuck-
going to make him cry.
Yeah.
It's gonna make him cry. It's gonna be Thor, Deadpool, Spider-Man, Black Captain America. They'll probably get Hawkeye in there. Shout out to Hawkeye.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi,
The fucking
Shang-Chi's
Doctor
an Avenger?
Strange.
yeah.
Doctor Strange, get him in there. Fucking maybe some of the Guardians will come back. Who knows? Who knows what
The
they'll do?
Marvels.
The Marvels, yes.
What about Hulk?
Yo,
Is he still around?
please tell me
That's
Kamala
Hulk.
Khan's in fucking Avengers Secret Wars. I just want more of her.
She-Hulk.
Not She-Hulk.
Daredevil.
Kamala Khan.
Is She-Hulk going to be in a movie?
Daredevil.
I would be upset if She-Hulk's in the movie. You could do Daredevil. I wouldn't be surprised.
Deadpool and Daredevil, when?
Yo, what a crossover.
Because the Deadpool and Daredevil comics are really fun, because it's like, it's a really weird partnership, but it works surprisingly well.
Yeah, that does sound like it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think it
very water and
they could
oil
play
type matchup.
I think they could play up the other aspects of Deadpool's character to be like, you know, he's like, really play up the angle of him being just like a fucking insane person, and like maybe bring in finally the multiple voices from the comics, because like a huge part of his character in the comics is that he has multiple voices in his head, and the different text boxes represent the different voices.
Oh, I didn't even remember that was an aspect of him.
That was like one of the biggest parts of his character, and it was like really sad that they couldn't figure out how to do it in the movie.
I've seen two of the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, which I thought was all of them, but apparently there's 3. And I've seen
There's 4.
a comic run. Oh shit, there's 4. I've seen a comic run where Deadpool and Spider-Man are both old men and they're best friends.
The entire premise of Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe is explicitly that the voices in his head get replaced with a new voice that is evil.
Well, I guess I didn't know that it was such a specific aspect. It was like, oh yeah, he has voices in his head. He's crazy. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they could really play up like the crazy angle, because in the Deadpool movies, like, it's Deadpool's movie, so he's like looking cool because it's his movie. But in the Avengers movies, they could, like, you know, he's like in the fucking corner muttering to himself, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Who are you talking to?"
Those cowards just won't give us a Gwenpool movie.
Yeah, holy shit, that would be so fucking cool.
Gwenpool would get like a fucking animated series or some shit. They would
that would also kick ass. I just want to see her come to life in some.
I don't want an animated shitty Gwenpool show like What If.
Fucking the cartoons are bad. Oh, I have to watch a real movie. Look at me.
No. Like, I don't. It's not because it's a cartoon. It's because Marvel's cartoons have been really shitty for the past years.
I don't know. I'm feeling confident on Spider-Man freshman year. I'm hoping they don't fuck that up.
I think they would do like a fucking like What If style CGI Gwenpool show if they were to do an animated show. It would be bullshit like that.
They got to do like 2D animation. Just make it the Gwenpool anime. That's all you got to do. Just make an anime aesthetic.
Yeah. They were gonna do a Deadpool anime like directed by Donald Glover.
Oh
yeah.
Donald Glover wanted to do like a Deadpool animated series that would kick ass, but it didn't end up working out.
I still want that to happen.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sick. Marvel's gotta get on it, get those good shows. Are the Marvel shows really worth watching besides Miss Marvel, which I've already watched half of, and that's it?
Can't imagine.
I tried to watch the Punisher show and it was really bad.
Daredevil is supposed to be like amazing.
Yeah, they say that one's pretty keyno. I wasn't even thinking about the Netflix ones. I was thinking about like the Disney Plus ones that are like super MCU official.
I watched WandaVision, which was like unbelievably mid. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen. Loki, which was pretty good. I think that's it. I think that's all I've seen.
Is Loki the only one of those shows to get a season 2, like, ever?
No. The fucking What If is getting a season 3.
Oh, I forgot about What If.
And there's also other ones that are getting season 2 too.
Do you have any confidence in Spider-Man freshman year? You think that's gonna suck, or you think it's gonna be good?
I don't know much about it. I know that the logo looks like Spider-Verse, so maybe it will... Oh, they changed the title.
Oh, it's not Spider-Man Freshman Year anymore? What is
Now
it?
it's going to be Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. Because originally they were going to make it like straight up a prequel to the Tom Holland movies, and now it's just like its own pocket timeline. So yeah. It looks like it's going to be animated in a very like 90s Spider-Man comic style. And it's going to be like a classic high school Spider-Man hanging out with Harry Osborn and Mary Jane. And I'm ready to see them tackle that again. I think it's been a while. I think that Disney XD one ended fucking 3 years ago, and it sucked, and everybody hated it.
Oh, by the way, we didn't talk about the fight scenes at all.
No, I guess not.
The fight scenes are fucking awesome. Amazing.
Do we really need 2 Deadpool Wolverine fights, though?
Yes!
Yeah, because they both were awesome.
The one in the car is fucking hilarious and amazing. The one that's not in the car was incredible and perfect. It was fucking awesome. It was great. The action in this movie is very good. I was surprised. Because usually Marvel movies have fucking abysmal action scenes.
I don't know about that.
Not true. It's not. They don't usually have abysmal action scenes. It's just that every now and then it's like it's usually like just pretty standard, and then sometimes it's like really bad, and it makes you think like Marvel's. It sours your opinion on Marvel in general, but it's not usually that bad.
They usually have like really annoying
annoying what?
Editing.
Fucking
like what? Can you give me an example?
Like honestly, I kind of felt that a little bit in this movie, like the fight scenes where it's like I can barely tell what's going on because every fucking like second there's a new shot and it's just cutting constantly.
I guess I kind of get that, but I've kind of gotten used to that type of editing in my time.
Yeah.
But okay. I'm trying to think. There's one the action scene where they slaughter all the Deadpools. Was anybody slightly disappointed?
One shot.
Was anybody slightly disappointed with how much Lady Deadpool was part of the marketing of this movie, and she had like 2 lines?
It's so
that
funny.
Important at all.
That's another part of the movie where like the Deadpools are just like, oh, they're here now because, yeah.
I don't even care about the fucking million other ones, but they were so heavy on Lady Deadpool that I wanted to know more about her specifically. And she's just there.
Showed up and are like, oh, I guess we have to kill all of them.
Yeah, we're just doing this now. Now we have
to kill all of them.
They're just there so Wolverine can put on his fucking silly looking cowl.
It's fucking awesome. I thought it was great.
I don't like the whited out eyes. I think it looks weird in live action for Wolverine. It does.
I think it would have. I think it would have looked weirder if the eyes were normal.
No, I think I would have been fine with it. It wouldn't be comic accurate, I guess, but it just would look less weird. On Deadpool, it kind of works. On Deadpool, it kind of works because he's got like the full mask thing going on, so it's like his face is his own visage, even with the weird eyes. But Wolverine, he's had his whole face out the whole movie, and then he puts on this cowl, and he has these weird whited out eyes, but you still see like his regular human mouth. So I just wish you could see his eyes through the cowl. I think that would have looked better.
I think, this movie, it's just like it's like Deadpool and Wolverine comic. It feels like a really fun, special comic run. You know? It's just fun. It's just happy. I'm just happy that this movie exists.
Yeah, Happy was in this movie.
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it. I had a fucking blast. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I have a lot of complaints, but none of them matter at all. Because who fucking cares? It's Deadpool 3. If you have ever been even remotely excited about Deadpool 3, you will like Deadpool 3.
Crazy.
It's just fun. It's just enjoyable, entertaining film. It's everything a comic book movie should be.
There you go. With that, I think we can transition into our wrap-up questions. Demigloom, who's
everything a comic book movie should be except good?
Oh, Demigloom, how fucking stabbing into the heart.
Yeah.
But tell me who your favorite character was.
Who, me?
Yes. You.
I didn't like any of
honestly-
the characters. They were all gay.
My favorite character was fucking Cassandra because she almost killed everyone, and I hate them all.
My favorite character was the black screen at the end of the movie.
Honestly, like, I don't want to be lame and say Deadpool was my favorite character, but he probably was.
Yeah.
And you see, Deadpool is one of the most extremely main character centric things in the world. So
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
hard to not give it to him.
It's
but
like Spider-Man.
I'm
It's
sitting
like,
here
how
with the internal
are you gonna
struggle
not
of
give
like,
it to Spider-Man?
I'm sitting here with the internal struggle of like, I really want to give it to X-23, but can I justify that?
No. No.
Because like the little bit we do get of her is very good.
We should share if our character, if our favorite character is Deadpool, we should share our favorite non-Deadpool character.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So if your favorite character, you're saying Deadpool's, who is your favorite non-Deadpool character?
Wolverine.
I was gonna say that, honestly.
Yeah.
So besides Deadpool and Wolverine, my favorite character was. I'm gonna be real with you. I've never seen Blade, but I really liked Blade in this movie. He was cool.
He was pretty sick.
Fun.
So my favorite character, shit. I'm kind of rattling three options in my head, and it's the main two and X-23. Because like there's Deadpool, obviously being Deadpool, and there's Wolverine, who I really liked his arc through the movie of kind of coming to terms with what he's done, being able to handle that final interaction with Cassandra, where he kind of has to accept that happened and just let it stew long enough for fucking Deadpool to do what needs to be done. That I thought Wolverine was really well handled in this movie. I thought there was a lot of good, and there were a lot of good laughs that we get out of Wolverine just being like a dickhead, just being a fucking alcoholic asshole.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck it. I am gonna give it to Wolverine. And then because we established favorite character besides Deadpool and Wolverine from Demigloom, I will say that my second favorite character besides Deadpool, so my third favorite character really is X-23 for sure. She kicks ass. I want more of her in the MCU.
Yeah. My favorite character obviously is Deadpool because not only is he me, but he's also my favorite comic book character ever. But my number two is probably Wolverine. And my number three, man, it's pretty tough because no one else in the movie gets that much of a spotlight and is good.
Ooh, well, fuck you on behalf of Demigloom and myself for just discrediting Blade and X-23 entirely.
I'm saying they kind of get a spotlight, but they're in like 10 minutes of the movie. And like, I don't know.
X-23 at least gets to be like the catalyst for Wolverine's character arc.
I'll say X-23, but I would say a lot of that hinges upon me having like I know it obviously hasn't for you, but a lot of that hinges upon me having seen Logan and just falling in love with that character in that movie.
I think I'm just too susceptible to fucking girl bosses kicking ass. The Pink Ranger is always my favorite. Okay, I like watching just chicks kick ass. It's great.
I've been playing Mass Effect as female Commander Shepard, and it's fucking awesome. It's great.
But favorite scene in the film, I'm gonna let Belle go first on this one.
I would say the opening scene with the everything with the Logan graveyard. It's my favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah, it's really hard to give it to anything else but the fucking opening montage where Deadpool fucking kills a bunch of time cops with adamantium bones from Logan's fucking desecrated corpse. That was something special. It's hard to give it to anything else. I think I'm gonna go with that too. What about you, Demigloom?
Any scene that didn't have a really bad trap beat in it, honestly.
No. Demigloom, that's not any of them.
True.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Did anybody else get sick of like the weird rap beats that were in this movie that were just like really shitty?
No, I liked them.
I thought they were pretty bad.
Whatever, they were background.
Demigloom was very snooty about rap music, so I just liked basically all of it. Unless
Do
Demigloom
not
likes
like
it, I
basically
hate
all of it.
it.
What are you talking about?
I like most. I like the stuff that most people like. Is generally my opinions on rap music.
You like Gunna?
I've never really listened to Gunna.
Okay. Whatever. The beats of this movie were
I
just
like
kind of
the-
bad. There was
I
just
like the
they were
rap
like
songs that trend on TikTok. Those are the best ones.
Shout out, real.
I like trap beats in movies, but for the most part. But like in this movie, it was just like a weird mix of like action movie music and trap beats that didn't blend very well. It wasn't great. My favorite scene was probably when what the fuck is the British guy's name?
Paradox.
Yeah, when Paradox was like, "Oh, they made such a noble sacrifice," and then he finds out they're alive. He's like, "Fuck!"
That's a pretty good one.
I think the
pretty good.
licensed music in this movie was on par, if not better, maybe than the first movie. It's very.
All right, just shut up. Just shut up.
I thought you were about to compare it to like Guardians or something.
I
That's
thought it
the
was,
one that's like famous for its good soundtrack, right? Is like Guardians 2.
yeah, but all of the Guardians movies have great licensed music, but like the licensed music of this movie is all incredibly well done, and it always made me happy when they played it.
I getcha.
I thought it was incredibly mid, personally.
I fuck with the vibes so hard of just like Deadpool.
There were multiple
being really
scenes.
into,
There were
like-
multiple scenes that I felt would have been better without the music that they picked. And I can't name any of them right now, but I recall many, like
Like
4
what, like-
times in the movie theater being like, really? Like, this would have been so much more
Basically
fire with a different song.
Basically, the only times are the Madonna song and the Goo Goo Dolls and In Sync, which are all
NSYNC was
perfect
great.
because those are all totally songs that Deadpool would be in love with.
What about when they played Avril Lavigne?
Yo.
I love the idea that Deadpool is just making these movies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's just like in the editing booth, just
Like it's the
picking
Deadpool game.
soundtrack, making all the yeah. I
I
want
kind of want to play the
game so
Deadpool
much better.
game. Too bad it's like $300 now.
No,
or
I found a
whatever.
copy on Mercari that was like $30. Mercari is a fucking life. For some reason, the PS3 version is way cheaper than all the other versions.
What was it on besides the PS3?
Xbox.
It eventually
360,
came out on
Xbox One,
360 and PS4.
Oh, there's a PS4 version.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's like extremely expensive,
Yeah,
and it's
they're
not
all
on the
insanely
PlayStation
expensive.
Store.
Yeah.
the PS3 version is like $30. Like the PS3 version is usually like $50-$60, but I found a copy on Mercari for $30.
You see, my
I
I found a
PS4.
copy on Unlocked for free.
My PS4 I might be able to bring back to life, but my PS3's disk drive is kaput for sure. So
You can get a new PS3 for probably the same amount of money as as a copy of Deadpool for PS3.
yeah, unless I go to Mercari, I guess.
Yeah, Mercari is a fucking lifesaver if you like collecting video games because they have like. I got Doom for PS1 for $30. Like they have tons of shit that's like half the price that you'd find anywhere else, and it is in like completely like reasonable condition. Like it's not fucked up at all.
We live
There
in
you
this
go.
weird era where like people on eBay who sell video games actually know what they're worth now, and you can no
Yeah.
longer just like back in the day there was like a decent chance you could find pretty much anything gaming related on eBay for like $10 to $20 just because nobody knew what the hell anything was worth. Now everybody's got websites and shit where it's like, this is exactly how much a copy of Ocarina of Time for the N64 is worth, and it's $90 now.
Yeah, but like half price books, tragic. They used to sell every single video game for $20, but then they found out about pricecharting.org and now they sell it for market price. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hate when that happens.
I sold my copy of like Smash Bros and Animal Crossing New Horizons to half price books, and they only gave me like $7 for both of them.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. What the fuck? And
the
then
fact
they
that
sell
you
them.
did that is the most retarded thing I've ever heard. Just fucking go through the trouble of selling it on fucking offer up or some shit for fucking.
At the time, I didn't know how to mail
Depends.
things to people. So
In fairness, it depends on whether or not it's like.
Don't you
if you're
live
selling-
near like a big city? You could have put it on offer up and somebody would have came and picked it up.
If you're selling
yeah,
like
maybe.
an insane amount of shit, then it's easier to just give it to Half Price Books and just get half the money you would otherwise. But like if
Yeah,
you're
but
selling
Debbie
like
Bloom just said she
1/80th
got
of
like,
the money.
like one or two
1/8 of. Yeah.
I got like $3 per game. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got to rate this film out of 10, friends.
All right.
5.
Okay.
That's higher than I
Belle?
thought you would give it actually. When I got
I
out
gave
of
it
the
a 4
theater,
when I got out of the theater I was like 4, but it's grown on me just a little bit thinking about
when
it.
I got
I'm
out
like,
of
okay.
the theater, I gave it like a 6. But the more I thought about it, I would give it like a strong 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I had been kind of knocking in my head. I kind of had a general idea of where I wanted to put it, but I couldn't quite decide if it was a 7.5 or an 8. But I think ruminating, I've come to appreciate the positives a bit more. So I think I'm gonna say solid 8 for this movie. It's
8.
it's
Really?
it's still the lowest I've given a Deadpool film so far, but it's still pretty damn good.
I definitely liked it a lot more than 2.
I disagree. I thought Deadpool 2 was pretty great, and so was this one, but not as much.
Correcting my score of Deadpool 2 to like a strong 4 to a light 5.
Oh, fuck you.
I've thought more about it and I changed my score.
You son of a bitch. But gamers, thank you for listening to our Deadpool and Wolverine review.
Hey. Woo!
Make sure everybody go. Now that you've wasted your time listening to this shit, go listen to the Biggest Problem in the Universe review of this movie that was live while we were doing this. Pretty good.
Very unappreciated YouTube channel movie review show, Double Toasted. Check out that shit. They've been around since like they were doing Flash animations in like the mid 2000s under Spill.com. That was like they were like one of the OG like YouTube film review crews, and they're still around and they're fucking great at it. Check out their review of this movie. It's fucking great.
Hell yeah. Demigloom, do you have any reviews of Deadpool and Wolverine you want to recommend?
Check out the Is It Keto review.
Which
Did they
isn't
do
out
that?
yet, I don't think.
It will happen though, so
Yeah.
might as well plug it.
I mean, obviously check out that half of the bag.
Of course.
Check out the
Does that
Nostalgia
make
Critic
them,
review too.
Hell yeah.
Untitled review
Hell
show.
yeah.
Fucking tragic that we didn't get a Doug reviews, but oh well, we still got Untitled review show.
Hell yeah. Shout out, folks. Thank you for listening.
My favorite part of the Untitled review show video on Deadpool 3 was Doug Walker says, I don't know why, but for some reason, anytime Deadpool takes off his mask, he's not funny.
That true?
I don't think so.
That's what he said in his review. You can go check it out. And he said he gave it a 4 out of 5, despite him saying that he didn't like half the movie.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. But plugs, we're done. We're leaving. Belle, plug yourself.
Go on to youtube.com/@SonicTheCenipede and watch my insect Sona, who has done 2 videos. And the 3rd video will come out whenever I'm happy with the fucking script, because I keep doing all these fucking rewrites and I
Stop. Just fucking do it.
It's true, because my problem is that it's like it has a complete halfway through the video it just turns into a donkey video.
Why is that bad? That sounds funny.
Because I can't do donkey. It doesn't fit with my voice.
Whatever, you're thinking too much about it. You're being a fucking Maddox, fuck whales, fucking 5-year book.
But the difference is that isn't fuck whales literally just a compilation of his posts from his website?
No, but it's a lot of repetition of what he's already written on his website. But I'm pretty sure it is fully originally written out
Okay.
poorly and with little comedy.
By the way, it's faster as whales. Get it right?
Yeah, true. I fucked it up, or I fasteristed it up.
Yeah.
Demigloom, where can they find you?
I don't even care anymore. I'm done. I'm retired.
Oh, I'm Demigloom. I'm gonna get a computer, and it's all gonna be great. One day later.
It's over, dude. I don't
It's
care.
over, bro.
I'm done. What are we waiting for? MSGSA to come back?
I'm waiting
Your
for the
album that
Demigloom
you've been
YouTube channel
hyping
to
up
come
for
back.
years.
I'm waiting for the bi-weekly Riely and Demigloom podcast. I'm waiting for the album. There's so much Demigloom.
How about the fucking album that you've been hyping up for years and said would come out in 2023 for sure, or 2024 for sure?
I finished the album.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to all my fans, but there's a bee in the studio. I can't record.
It's a fly. He's contaminated.
No, that's a real Kanye tweet. He said like, I'm sorry to all my fans,
He said
but
there's
I
a
can't
bee
finish
in the studio.
but I can't finish the album because there's a bee in the studio.
Shit.
Oh my
Don't
god.
want that.
Well, Christ, Hitler, Debbie, I guess.
Everybody go to linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe for all sorts of content for you to enjoy regarding all sorts of comedy. What'd you say?
Demigloom officially endorses Hitler. It's over.
Shit.
No, I didn't.
Too late.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
not real fake news. But everybody, thank you for listening to the show, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time to not review Superbad because I guess Belle can't podcast for a month as it comes out.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, do you guys like Superbad?
Belle apparently does. I've never seen it. Me, Belle, and Random Candor planned to review Superbad like 2 years ago, and we just never did.
Yeah, I have to rewatch it.
That's pretty good.
And
pretty good movie.
Someday I need to do we need to do the Shrek 2 review because I have an incredible bit planned for it that I've
That's
had
true. We have to
review
Shrek 2 and Shrek 3 and Shrek 4 before Shrek 5 comes out 2 years from now.
True.
Shout out to Shrek 5. I'm glad that's finally
the All-Star returns.
Let's go.
That's the official tagline of the movie.
Hell yeah. We'll see you next time, gamers.
All right, see you.
Bye-bye.